I have had many conversations about how the NBA allows players to travel. But are they really traveling? Today we're going to cover some aspects of foot freedom, or what I like to call stealing steps. Do NBA players get away with travels? Absolutely. But just because it looks like a travel doesn't always mean that it actually is a travel. There are many different variations on the wording used to describe a travel depending upon what level you're playing at. But what is common across the board is that you have two steps. Now, the question we are going to cover today is, when do your two steps start? According to the NBA rulebook, the first step occurs when a foot or both feet touch the floor after gaining control of the ball. The key is on the second part of that statement, after gaining control of the ball. Today, we are going to break down some clips to try to determine exactly when a player has control of the ball. Here, Matthew Dellavedova obviously travels, right? The difficult question here is, when does he actually gain control of the basketball? If he hasn't picked up his dribble, then can he technically travel? A lot of people will look at this clip and say that he has carried the basketball. But in order for a carry to be called, he has to take another dribble, which he doesn't. The difficult part for an official in this situation is determining exactly when Dellavedova has full control of the basketball. If the official determines that Dellavedova doesn't have full possession of the basketball until both hands pick it up, then he is actually within the rules, as he only takes two steps after picking up the basketball. This clip is fairly simple. Harden punches the ball into the ground and keeps his hand on top. At this moment, he still has the ability to put the basketball on the floor. Since he has maintained his dribble, he still is allowed two steps as he pushes off for space. Again, as Harden retreats, he's able to maintain his dribble. He floats the basketball to his hip and has a slight pause, waiting to see when the defender is going to close out. That pause moment freezes the defender slightly, giving Harden just enough space for his jump shot. Here, I want to take a look at some of my players in a sideline pick and roll snake option. Here we are simulating the guard goes over the top of the screen and the big is in a flat hedge. Since we have unoccupied space in the left corner, our focus is on pushing the basketball and racing the big to the spot. Again, the focus here is determining when the player has full possession of the basketball. As they perform their push cross, their right foot goes with. Even though the basketball contacts their left hand as their left foot hits the ground, they still are able to maintain their dribble. Because they have maintained their dribble, the initial two steps do not count against them. From here, they are allowed to step right-left into their jump shot, the same footwork someone would use on a simple one-dribble pull-up to the left. As players and coaches, we need to understand how referees officiate the game. A lot of times, referees do not call a travel or a carry simply because it is a travel or a carry. They call what looks awkward or out of place. The concept of foot freedom or stealing steps is a gray area. Is it a legal move? Is it a travel? What is it? What I have found in my career is that players that have the ability to be smooth are much less likely to be called for a violation.